Hi guys, before we get started on our stitch today, I want to show these pumpkins I made. I made the smaller ones a while back, and I think this little one's cute. It's just a little bitty one. And I have some like other ones, and I have a real like big one. That was kind of an experiment to see if I like that size. But today I made these. This is a Woolies from Lion Brand. Let's see. It's a jumbo. It's a 7. It calls for a 19 millimeter. I used a 15 because it still has more gaps in it than I like to see for my fluff. So I'm going to have to play and shape them a little bit. But I made two. I made this a bit smaller one and then this bigger one, as you can see. And they're smaller than my first one that I started on today. And I've got the little wood little stems that I put on it. I put these little fake leaves on it. I'm not sure if I like that. They're not glued in. It's kind of a debate how much I like it. I'm making these for my daughter, so I will let her decide if she likes them. As I said, this one, I can kind of see the stuffing. They're all done. This is done in a single stitch back loop, and this is done in a double crochet back loop. So you can kind of see the little difference. This yarn is a Yarn Bee. My daughter found it at Goodwill yesterday. Simply Sharpa powdered umber, and it was a 6 weight. It's only 48 yards. So this is what I made. It's all nice and fluffy. It's the first one. This is just done in a double crochet because a detail stitch wasn't going to really be shown. I kind of like the berries on this. I might change out the leaves, but I didn't want to go too rustic. But anyway, I do kind of like this. I put two of the little wood things together to make a stem. I might put some twine around it to kind of hide where they're connected. So that's kind of their finishing touches are kind of still in debate. But that's what I've been working on. She said she would like this. She's a manager of a restaurant, and they're going to decorate for fall. So I'm going to give her these pumpkins, and if she wants to use them, then well, I'll be flattered. But that's what I've been working on today. So let's get into our stitch for today. So today's stitch is going to be called Dock Leaf, and we're going back to the fan or shell. I think they call it a wait a minute. It just calls it a cluster. But we are going to be doing this today. The points that it gives you because of these chains or double crochets that begin and end on these rows, it does talk about the emphasis of making sure you put your next rows in the proper chain to keep it straight. I'm hoping that I did that here. So, and it talks about this can be used for an overlay, and it even said be hung at a window. I'm not sure if that's something I would do, but I could see it being something light. It said use a finer yarn, and so we're going to use the 3 weight. I'm not going to go any thinner than that because I'm not sure if I have any that thin. I think I have some fingerling yarn somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. So let's get started here. Now this is a multiple of 8 plus 4. This is more detailed. Once you get the hang of it, though, it is not difficult, because if you see that I made it, you know you can make it. But to see a good pattern, we're going to have to go wider sample than maybe we would have normally. So let's see what we're going to work with today. I did a slip stitch. I made it really tight. Let's do that again. I don't know why it seems so tight. I know I'm using a little bit smaller hook, and I'm only going down, instead of a 4, I'm using a 3.75. I'm not going down that far. We're going to do 28 stitches, and that's with the 4 on there. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll see you when I get my sample size ready. Okay, so we are going to start the 4th chain from the hook, and we're going to add 3 double crochets right there. And the chains that we've just made are going to be counting as a double crochet. 2. Now this one is another one of those that I think would have a good single crochet base to it. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one we're going to put that single crochet. This is what I like to think about. You think about anchoring that fan down. So then we're going to skip again 1, 2, 3. In that 4th one we're going to do 7 double crochets, and that's what we're going to do on the this row. And that's 7, and we're just going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, our single crochet to help lay our stitches down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do another fan. Sorry, my yarn was getting stuck. Well, my goodness. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Really stretching that down there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Anchor that down. And then we should be able to come to the end here and put 4 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to do our last of our 4 double crochets. This row starting with 4, and we're going to end with 4. My fingers don't always want to work with these little small stitches. Okay, so now we have our first row. Okay, so these sets are going to be, now normally you would chain 3 and another 3 to make this double crochet and chain 3 in between. I am going to just start off with a double crochet. I know I said the other day I like following the directions when I'm doing a tutorial for the first time, but this is the case that I think would be good to try it this way. So we are going to put double crochet. These are going to be a little bit extended ones because we're going so far down, and we're going to be over, going to there. We want to bring it up a little bit because we are going to go into the middle of our fan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put a double crochet. Well, actually we're going to do chain 3 before we do that. I am jumping way ahead. 1, 2, 3. Now we do our double crochet on top of that fan. Now this might take a little bit of time to get the right height for these. So 1, 2, 3, and then remember we're just going to go what we want this to just be a tall one. Just 1, 2, 3. It doesn't call for an extended double, which would probably might help a little bit, but okay, we're going to go to the middle, find your middle, do your double crochet. 1, 2, 3. These are how you can always change it if you like it. 1, 2, 3. We want this end, and we're going to do a double. So there's our second row. Now the next 2 rows will be the same from each other, so we're just going to start with a single crochet. I just did a 1 chain turn, as you can see, and then we're going to go in top of these double crochets. We're chaining 3, in top, whoop, come on, of that. Just take these single crochets on top of the double crochets we just made. I mean, I can see how pretty this would be on a lacier yarn. Maybe a white would be really pretty. I'm going to chain 3, and then we're going to end with a double crochet, or single crochet, sorry guys. I'm on top of the double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to repeat that row. So we start off with a single, chain 3, and then oh, see, look what I did. We are not doing a double. Why did I do that? You guys over there yelling at me that was supposed to be a single crochet. Alright, let's go back and fix that. I took that single crochet out where I shouldn't have had, chain 3, and put my single crochet at the end. Sorry about that. Now we're repeating this row. We're starting off with a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet on top of the single, 1, 2, cut back in there, 3. I am using a Boyd hook. I bought these. I thought they were pretty. I like the little black handles on them, and I thought maybe holding them would be good. I'm still debating. It's funny how a hook can make a difference. I used a 6 quite a bit. I need to go and buy a 5, I think. That would be, I used a lot. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do our last single crochet. Remember, it's important to make sure you hit that last one because we want to make sure we get a really nice straight edge. So that is all the rows, and now we will start a repeat. Nope, sorry, it's not a repeat, it's off-centered. So the 6th row is going to be in the middle of these, so it'll be different. So let's get that started. We're going to chain 1, and now we're going to start off with a single crochet. Remember the fan one, we started off with the double crochets? Well, we're going to start with the single crochets, and now we're going to go here where we made all these single crochets, and that's where we're going to start our new fan. Remember, that's 7 double crochets. We have 4, 5, we're going to anchor with a single crochet in between. And we'll go to the next one and we'll do the same thing. Remember, we're doing 7 crochets. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more. We'll anchor it. And then we'll do the last of our fan. And I'm not counting, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more. And then of course, you probably guessed it, we're ending with a single crochet. So this is a 5-row repeat, because now we're going to go back to these. So I mean, technically it's a 9-row repeat, because our 9th row will be back to our base. But if you, once you do this, you know that your next set is going to be these, then you'll be ready to, you'll be ready to go. So I am going to, of course, do my turn chain. And remember, I've decided I'm just going to make a double crochet here for my first, and then I'm chaining 3. And then I'm going to do a double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, the top of my little fan here, chain 3. We want these to come up a little bit more to make it the same height as our other stitches. And we're going to make it a double. 1, 2, 3. And this is where we're going to do the single. And we're going to put those single crochets on top of those doubles. And that's all we're going to do. We're repeating these 3 rows. So we're going to repeat row 2, 2, 3, 4 above our fan stitches. All right, I'm hoping you enjoyed that. And this is what it looks a little bit more worked up. And I'll be talking with you guys later. You guys have a good day.